Hi, my name is Peter Lamont. I'm a business and personal law attorney, and we have a fairly successful YouTube channel. We have a lot of followers, and people, routinely ask us to do some more live events where we can sort of engage and communicate with our fans. Now, I've got an interesting thing today. We're going to start a new segment, and I'm going to try to do one or two live events like this a week, and we'll see how it goes. And then if people like it and there's some positive feedback, we'll try to schedule something regularly, and it'll give you guys an opportunity to ask your legal questions live on air, and then I'll answer them for you. But today, I want to start with, we're going to call this Legal Brief, and I want to start with news out of New York. This is really interesting. How many times have we as parents either spanked our kids or thought about spanking our kids, or when we were little, spanking was something that happened frequently. I remember never wanting to get in trouble as a kid because I didn't want my father to come home from work and spank me. And I'm not talking about abuse. I'm just talking about when a kid does something wrong, spanking. Now, a lot of people don't believe in spanking, and quite frankly, I don't spank my children. I just don't like doing it. But to each their own. But this is an interesting case because there was a father from Long Island, New York, who was arrested and charged with excessive corporal punishment of his son. Now, his son was 9 years old, and they were at a party, and the kid cursed at an adult. I don't know the exact thing that he said, but he essentially cursed at an adult. And the father overheard him, and he got upset, and he pulled him over, and with an open hand, he slapped him on his rear end. And somebody at the party was offended or whatever, and they called the police. And the guy was arrested, and he was charged with essentially child abuse. Now, just last week, the appellate division in New York ruled unanimously that the father used reasonable force in disciplining his child and dismissed all the charges. So in New York, if you would ask what's the law concerning spanking your child, well, as long as you exercise reasonable force and it's not anything excessive, then it's permissible. And that holds true for many states. Most states have something very similar, which says that you're allowed to discipline your child, and it may be through some form of physical punishment. And as long as it's reasonable and there's not excessive force applied, then it's okay. Now, you have to wonder who at the party saw this and decided, hey, this guy's beating his kid, and call the police. And it's just something you've got to be aware of, because you've got people with video cameras and nosy neighbors and whatnot, and here this guy is doing what he thought was right, disciplining his child because the kid cursed at an adult, and the next thing you know, he's under arrest and criminal charges. So it certainly is interesting, certainly something you've got to be aware of, because there are those nosy people out there. And sometimes it's good, because sometimes a nosy person or somebody who is just a good observer might catch somebody actually abusing a child, and that's something that there's no excuse for. And if you're really abusing a child, you should be punished as severely as possible, in my book. But under this New York Appellate Division ruling, the use of reasonable force in disciplining your child is permissible. So if you would like some additional information about this case, this ruling, or whether or not your state follows that same ruling as New York's Appellate Division does, please give me a call. You can call me, you can email me, you can leave comments below the video of this live broadcast, and I'll be happy to get back to you. And my telephone number is 973-949-3770. And my email address, which is my direct email, is plamont, that's Lamont, at peterlamontesq.com. We have this YouTube channel really as a public service to the public. We want people to have a better understanding of the law. I think it's really important that people understand their legal rights and obligations, and hopefully my channel does that for you. I would love to hear your comments and feedback. You can find us online at Twitter and Facebook. We've got a website. We also have a weekly radio broadcast, Understanding the Law Radio. So, search it up, check it out. I'd love to hear your feedback. And then also let me know if you like this format. Do you like a live broadcast? Is it something that you'd find yourself watching? Do you want to engage over YouTube like this? Do you want to ask questions? Do you want to have your questions answered live? I'd love to hear it. I can make better videos and better, provide better content if you guys give me some feedback and let me know what legal issues out there you have questions about, and I'll help you get a better handle on your legal rights and obligations. So thanks for taking a second this morning to join me on Legal Brief. And again, don't hesitate to call, email, or post comments and questions below. Someone will get back to you. All right, thanks. Have a good day, guys.